Are you recording? Are we recording? We're recording, all right. Good morning, Tail Gunner here. We are at the junction of Dosewallips, the junction between Anderson Pass and Hayden Pass. I'm going to spin around and show you the sign. And there is a sign, there is the trail going up North Fork, there is a trail going up the West Fork. For this trip, we are going up the West Fork of the Dosewallips River. I've done this a little ways. I've gone up to Big Timber, which is about 4 miles up this way before. My goal for today is to get to Diamond Meadow, which is about 6 miles up. Beyond that, I do not know what the plan is for the rest of the weekend. Got some work commitments, so I may turn around and go back. I was hoping to get to Honeymoon Meadow, but don't think that is going to be possible this trip. I may just append that next year. Anyway, we are heading up. I'll turn this off and turn it back on when we get to the bridges. We've got 2 bridges to cross down here. All right, we are coming into the Dosewallips Campground, which is on the West Fork Trail. We're only about a quarter mile down from the junction, so this campground actually is a viable option for people doing the North Fork Trail. But you got a bare wire there. You got a privy back somewhere in the woods. You have a number of campsites, most along the river. Some nice white river noise. Rumor has it, if you go through the campground, and I'm not verified this, but if you go through the campground up along this side of the river, there is a nice swimming hole, short distance up, that has campsites. Rumor also has it that the river is freezing cold. I have tested neither one of those out, but that is the information I have from others. All right, we are now coming to the bridge crossing the main fork of the Dosewallips River. The confluence of the North Fork and South Fork are just upriver from this bridge. I don't think it's visible from the bridge, but I'm not quite sure. We'll stop on the bridge and see. I'll try not to drop the phone into the river since it's not sure. All right. I don't think the confluence is there yet. That might be the swimming hole right below the rapids. I'm not sure. Right between the 2 sets of rapids. It might be also beyond that second set of rapids. Anyway, we are going to continue across the main fork of the Dosewallips River. We've got a short, maybe half-mile jaunt, and then we will have another high bridge crossing the West Fork of the river. I will turn the camera back on when we arrive at that. All right, we are coming up to the highest bridge over the West Fork of the Dosewallips River. We are past the confluence of the West Fork and North Fork, and we have this high steel girder bridge over a deep canyon here, taking us back across the West Fork. So after we cross this, we'll be north of the West Fork of the Dosewallips River. All right, once you leave the West Fork Bridge, you are hit the never-ending hill. It's about 3 miles. It's not that steep, but it's just a never-ending hill. Every turn you come to, there's another uphill segment beyond it. As I said, I'm just guessing it goes on for about at least 2 miles, at least 3 miles. And finally, you hit a downhill. And of course, after all that uphill, your water is on the low side. you start going down the hill, and then you come to this absolute oasis. This is a fairly dependable stream. I've stopped at it last year also, or not last year, 2 years ago, but just multiple streams coming up, springs coming out this hillside. You got this one, you got another spring about 10, 15 feet down the hill. So this is a very reliable source of water, I believe. And as I said, this is right after the never-ending uphill. So this is a good place to count on and stock up. Big Timber Camp is probably only a mile away. There's good water there as well. But I'm probably going to stop there. More, where do we get the Big Timber? All right, we are rolling into Big Timber Camp. We are going to call this home for the night. We're supposed to be actually, our permit says we'll be at Dosewallips Meadows, which is another 2.5 miles up the trail, but a couple of reasons is I'm exhausted and that hill took it out of me, and also more importantly, daylight. We got a late start this morning and had some delays at lunchtime, and now with this being October, we got sunset at shortly after 6. I camped here 2 years ago, so there's some reviews that say this is a bad place. I had no problems with it. There I am. Yeah, also got 2 hours. I said I could roll into Dosewallips Meadows. I wanted to right at dusk maybe, but didn't want to risk being caught on the trail after dark. So beyond here, I'm not familiar with the trail. Also, more important, I really didn't want to have to roll in at dusk, eat, prepare dinner, set up camp, and go to bed. I need, for a couple of medical reasons, I need to eat before I lay down. So I was going to probably think about having dinner here anyway, and then go on to Dosewallips Meadows. And time-wise, by the time I eat and get cleaned up again, it's going to be too late. So we're just going to make this home for night. We'll go up to Dosewallips Meadows, not Dosewallips Meadows, Diamond Meadows. Diamond Meadows. I need to be on the right side. Dosewallips Meadows is on the other branch. So we'll go up to Diamond Meadows tomorrow. Probably going to just sort of take a leisurely day. That'll be a sort of a recreation, self-reflection, meditation day for me up at Diamond Meadows. It's only 3 miles away. I'll probably stay there tomorrow night, which is I have a permit for. And then after that, start heading out. I don't know where I'll get out in 1 day or 2 days. I'll probably get out in 2 days, just because I don't want to do a really long day, but we'll see how we feel. All right, we're going to start this off, get dinner fixed, and get a tent set up. All right, a word to the wise groups out there. They're still here at Big Timber Camp on the West Fork of Dosewallips River, and there are several nice campsites along the river. However, if you have a larger group and looking for maybe a little break from the crowd, go all the way through the campground, come up the slight rise at the back of the campground area, and you'll come to what I consider the suite of this area back in here. A little separated, but it's big. It's got a nice fire pit, it's got a bench, and it has, most importantly, it has no widowmakers around it. All right, tail gunner here. Happiness in 2020 is finding a privy that the Park Service has not chained the door shut. Apparently the National Forest Service has chained up the front country ones. The National Park Service has left the backcountry ones unlocked. So that is really nice to find. All right, tail gunner here again. Still in the section of trail between Diamond Meadows and Big Timber Camp, looking down the trail, scanning left, scanning right. No wildlife is visible. They're playing hide and seek today, I think. But again, you can see what this section of forest is like. Got a forest canopy, but we also have definite open spaces to look around. All right, look on the bright side. At least the most functional part is still usable. All right, tail gunner here. You saw in the last shots we rolled into Diamond Meadows. We're gonna come up around the corner here to the camping area. I'll give you a quick tour of the camping area. Let me quickly switch this. I'm set up over, dropped all my stuff over here. That's not a blue stump, that's my coat. But jumped all my pack and everything over there. Over here we've got bare wire with, you can tell I've already got my food hung up in there. This is actually one of two bare wires and campsites. There's another campsite down about 200 yards down the trail. It's actually probably better. I actually dropped all my stuff here before exploring, and I haven't decided quite where I'm going to go. There's also a few isolated sites on top of that hill there. There's also one isolated site right down by the river. Again, this is Diamond Meadows Campground on the West Fork of the Dosewallips River. This particular site, it's not labeled stock site, but the stock animals have definitely been here, so be aware of that. You might want to check out that other site down the trail. Across the way, I believe that is Diamond Meadow. A little smaller and unimpressive from what I thought it was going to be, but I believe that is Diamond Meadow. Maybe Diamond Marsh. I tried going through there. There's a stream going through there. The middle section of that is really not suitable for walking. All right, tail gunner here. We are between Diamond Meadows campground where we just left and heading back down toward Big Timber Camp. So good morning, everyone. This area, this 2.5 mile stretch, is some of the nicest forest I have seen in the Olympics. It's reasonably open. You can see down and uphill, yet you're still in shade most of the time. So this is a really enjoyable section. I meant to get a little bit yesterday, but I was sort of in a hurry to get up to Diamond Meadows. And also not sure how much camera memory I have left, so I'm gonna be a little stingy on the filming here, but just wanted to show this section of trail because it's past the never-ending hill before Big Timber. I don't know how many recreation hikers get up this far. Obviously, this is the trail over the Anderson Pass in the Enchanted Valley, which I hear is an absolutely stunning trip. It's on my bucket list. I've hiked in the Enchanted Valley from the Quinault side twice. I've now gone up this side twice, but I've not gone to that stretch in the middle between Enchanted Valley and Diamond Meadows. That's actually one of the purposes of this trip, was to check that out. Beyond Diamond Meadows, trail profile really takes a climb. It climbs about 1,000 feet fairly quickly. I think it's actually 2 miles, 2.5 miles, but I think most of that climb is in a very narrow section. So that is for another day, probably another year, given that it is already October. There will be snow in the high country not much longer. So a few more yards along this trail. We're on the West Fork Dosewallips Trail, heading east back toward Dosewallips Trailhead. Shout out to me, bears here, let me know I'm coming through. I always talk to the bears, just yell at them, even if I don't see them. And so far it works. So far I've not seen a bear solo. Only time I've seen bears is when I was with a large pack of scouts, or also was with a group, and of the sort of two groups, and between the 5 of us, 3 of us saw bears. I was not one of the ones to come face to face with a bear. One person said a bear had torn apart a bee's nest next to the trail. And so not only did you have a bear on the trail, you had angry bees on the trail. So that must have been lots of fun. But I was not there to witness it. All right. Well, we're starting to go uphill. I'm going to shut this off. All right, tail gunner here in front of us. Basically a sheer drop off into the West Fork of the Dosewallips River Valley. Down that way goes downhill to Big Timber Camp. The official trail goes right along the edge there. I tend to prefer to cutting the corner here a little bit. Swinging back this way, that goes down to those forks. This is the beginning of the never-ending hill. Fortunately today we are going down it, but I don't know, it's like 2-3 miles. It's not steep in sections, not really in any sections, but it's just never-ending. It's a constant grade. You come to a turn, you think it's the end, you come around the turn, and there's another uphill stretch. All right, you have been warned. All right, tail gunner here. I have just beat a hasty retreat. I came around a corner and surprised one black bear virtually next to the trail. The second black bear is down below the trail. And he actually went up and hit the first tree, so he was equally scared of me as I of him. But I have backtracked 100 feet or so and am being very noisy about where my location is. Been about 5 or 10 minutes now, and I actually do have bear spray with me. So we're gonna be very noisy and go forward. I think he's probably left the area, but I'm gonna turn this around and very noisily go forward. I may have to mute the audio on this. All right, bear. I'm coming back down the trail. I got the camera on me, but I'm not talking to the camera, I'm talking to you. Are you still in the area? I'm coming back down here. Are you there? Let me know. I can wait. I'm in no hurry. We can wait this out if you need to. Where are you now? All right, bear. I'm coming down back the tree again. Is this the tree you're on, or is the other tree? You were down there. You were down by those pair of trees down there, weren't you? All right. I'm coming, bear. Are you in the area? Let me know where you are. Let me know you don't want me to come through. But don't charge me, don't eat me, don't shred me to bits. That's all I ask you to do today. All right, that tree, I think, right over there is the tree he went up. He didn't go up that far. He only went up, 8 to 10 feet, and then I immediately started backing up, and he is satisfied I was backing up. So I do not know where he is right now. So I am just being really loud and obnoxious, letting the bear know I'm coming through. Where are you, bear? Are you here? I'm here. Are those claw marks on that tree? I can't tell for sure, but I think that's the tree you went up. Bear, where are you? Where are you, bear? I don't see you. You left the area? This is where I am. This is my trail. No, it's not my trail. I'm just borrowing it from you. Can you borrow it? Can we get through here for a little bit? I'll let you go back to whatever you were doing if you let me get down the trail here a little bit. Don't know where you are. I'm here. Where are you? You're back in there somewhere. Did you go up the hill? Or are you just laying low? I'm just being loud and obnoxious right now. You don't like loud and obnoxious humans, do you? They really disturb you. All right, we're going down the trail. You didn't go run down the trail, did you? I'd hate to be you ahead of me. That would not be good. All right, I don't see you where you are, Bear. All right, are we out of it, or are you still around? I'm looking back up the trail. I don't see you. All right. Didn't get you on camera. You missed your opportunity. Could have been famous on YouTube, but you know, camera's in the pocket. Wasn't expecting you down this low. All right, I'm still here, Bear. All right, I think we're out of the area, but I'm going to continue being loud and obnoxious. I'm turning the camera off. All right, Tail Gunner here. We are back where our adventure on the West Fork of the Dosewallips River started. That being right up here at those forks where the trail splits into the North Fork and West Fork Trail. So coming up to the sign right there and back on the main Fork Trail. For anyone thinking of going up to Anderson Pass, personal recommendation is to do it in 2 days. You got a steep climb between those forks and Big Timber, and then you got a steep climb between Diamond Meadow and Anderson Pass, or Honeymoon Meadow. Those two are only 3/4 of a mile apart. I know a number of Eagle Scouts who could certainly do it in 1 day. However, old retired Scoutmasters need to do it in 2 days. If I could find one particular Eagle Scout to help split the load of the tent and cooking gear, I might do it sometime, but that's at least my recommendation. And either Big Timber or Diamond Meadows makes a good stop point. The area between them is not that much elevation change. It's an easy trail between, so you could either push to Diamond Meadow and hit the upgrade to Honeymoon and Anderson Pass fresh the next day, or you could stop at Big Timber after doing the big climb and have an easy 2-mile start to the day before you hit that. So it's something to keep in mind on your based on your physical ability. As I said, I know. So anyway, we're going to cut this off. I might do a final wrap-up of the whole Dosewallips thing. It's going to be a 3-part thing, West Fork, North Fork, and main in and out section. All right, for today, goodbye.